All right. So, welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Thank,
Yeah,
th- thank you
yeah.
for having me.
Yes, Kofi. Today, I want to have a discussion with my friend, Kofi Odum. He's an entrepreneur, young man who is very tough, and a lot of young men, a lot of young women uh, have had to hear the story. Where you have to start from, wherever that you have to start from, and not give up on us and to start to do something. So, Kofi, we want to just go straight. So, tell us about yourself, what you do, the background, things like that.
Okay, thank you, and good evening to your viewers. My name is Kofi Ata Odum,
Okay.
and
I didn't know the
I
Atao.
yeah, it's a middle name. I don't normally use it.
Okay.
Yes, but it's part of my name.
All right.
So I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm into tech business and then retail business
Okay.
generally. I also am into accounting, service business as well. But
Okay.
now the focus is more on the tech and the retail business.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So tell us, from primary school to secondary school, did you ever think that you, after school, you were going to, um, you know, start business, be on your own, employ people?
Well, for until not up to SHS, then I realized I really need to be on my own.
Okay.
But right from junior high, I always had the urge to create something, be a creator. You
Mm.
know, I never really wanted to be under anyone taking instructions, living
Mm.
the normal life. I wanted to explore.
So you were stubborn.
So I wasn't stubborn as in behavior or my character was that bad, but
Mm.
I didn't like that chain of command thing that do this tomorrow you
Mm.
have to do the same thing, the next day you have to do
Mm.
the same thing. I love to face new challenges every day,
Okay.
solve problems. I think that was gave me some sort of happiness
Okay. So what did you
than do
study in secondary school, and what did you study in the university?
for in secondary school. I did business,
Mm.
and in university I did commerce, which
Okay.
is
So which
accounting
secondary school?
major,
Okay. So which secondary school was that? Which university was that?
and Sabah, and then UCC.
UCC. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Um. So why did you do your national service?
I didn't do national service.
Are you jump it?
Yes, yes. It was I thought it wasn't necessary at that time,
Mm.
even though it's a service to the nation. But looking at what people go through, the process and the hustle and all that,
Mm.
I thought once you go through that process,
Mhm.
it's that same thing that I'm running from, which I'm getting into. So I
Okay.
thought it wasn't wise
Mm.
to get into
You-
national service. Yes,
But did they post you?
I didn't start the process at all. I only got the I think the NSS PIN. I
Okay.
started the registration process and then I stopped.
Wow. Okay. So which
Yes,
year did you complete the university?
2013.
2013. Wow. So okay. So you off the national service. So
Yes.
between those, so what did you do?
Mostly, um, uh, private businesses,
Mm.
working for other people here and there. to get this working ethics to be on your own, because definitely you need some sort of experience to before you start something. So you need to go into some sort of fields before you get those experiences you need, and then you put all together to be on your own or start your business.
Wow. Okay, so any of your parents or your grandparents, people you stayed with, were any of them, or was any of them involved in any kind of business? Where did you pick this?
Well, I don't have any relative that is into business or as an entrepreneur, but my mom used to sell.
Okay.
Let's say more of small business or a trader at the market.
Okay.
But I wasn't interested in that.
Okay.
That is like a general thing anybody
does. Are you going to the market with her?
Yeah, sometimes you go and sell at Agboshi and then you come back. You know.
Okay. So you were part of that.
Yes. Actually, that was where I started practicing accounting. I started practicing accounting with a business. Yes. So she closed and I recorded sales and expenses and all that. So that was where I took that opportunity to practice what I really read in school.
Yes. Wow. So you saw the money. You saw the money that they were making.
Yes.
That was the drag.
Yes.
Okay. So when you decided to start your business, what did your parents say? What did your friends say? People who knew you, what did they tell you?
Well, first of all, when you are in school, all you hear is finish, bring your certificates, let's find a job for you. Finish, bring your certificates, let's find a government position and then work there, you know. So no one really expected me to say I'm starting my own business. So for a number of years, I was just moving from job to job. When you're out of job, you keep searching for job. And I realized that wasn't helping. So I had to find something that I can do as to sustain myself and maybe extend that to my family or anyone who needs help from me.
Okay.
So I sat down, I listed the skills I had, and then I just picked one. I worked on it. Yes.
Okay. So which one did you pick?
I picked the accounting, which was less capital intensive to start with. Just market yourself and then work on people's business. If they are okay with you, they recommend you or they refer you to other people. So from there, then we started building the connection and networking. So you gather enough money to start something which is more capital intensive.
Yes. Which one? Okay. But accounting, okay, for instance, I did engineering. If you're doing engineering, all the terms in accounting and business, they're very foul. Even the management that they were teaching us, they were using formulas. We had to use formula for management. So, but for accounting, at least a lot of the business terms, you're familiar. And accounting is a major business. Understanding accounting is a major business advantage. So which means that you were not far from taking on business as a battle. But a lot of your mates, who you did the accounting with, did they take that part, or they were looking for jobs?
They just follow the trend, look for jobs, finish national service, get posted or apply, get this government positions, and then you work your way through up to become a top person in the organization. And it's the same trend. It's not like there were a few people who wanted to start something, but it wasn't in the field or what they read in school. Some also, the parents had businesses already. So once they finish, they just move on to take care of that business.
So what do you think is in our education? That is making us not to ever try to start anything on our own, even if when we are not getting anybody to employ us.
But it starts from the very early age. Let's say from primary GSS up to the tertiary. I don't think there is any program that equips students with the ability to start something or the capability to foresee a problem somewhere that we can solve. Once you can identify a problem here, that is easy for you to find a solution. By finding a solution, you are creating jobs, you are creating opportunity. So we don't have that program, or in our curriculum, we don't have that thing that will tell the young guy, this is a problem in the society that needs a solution. So we are trained to read the books, get a job, get a life, earn the money, marry, and it's carries on and on and on and on. So if we can get a program like that, I think that would be helpful. Even the teachers and the lecturers, no one mentions to you, you need to start a job or you need to create something. They don't talk about entrepreneurship anywhere.
Wow.
It's just about, if you are reading marketing, you're reading marketing.
Is it because they don't know, or what do you think is the problem?
Well, I think they are doing their job.
Okay. Which is what?
Their job is to teach you.
Okay.
They are going
to teach you the accounting.
Yes, their curriculum, whatever is in the book, that is what they are teaching you. So I don't think they feel they have that responsibility to move beyond that and teach you the practical thing, what you really face when you move outside from the classroom.
Okay.
Because once you go out of the classroom of the school, it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
A whole different world. And if you don't have anyone to guide you or tell you this is how it is, do this, do that, you are going to struggle. That is why a lot just chase for the jobs, go for the job, because that is the easier part.
Okay. All right.
Nobody wants to have sleepless night thinking about how I'll make my business, take my business to the next level. No.
Okay. It's true. So it means that starting business is tough.
Yes, it's tough.
Okay. And then you are not equipped that much of what lies ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. People are afraid,
Yeah.
When you have fear, there is a boundary between you and that next thing, whatever you want to achieve. So if you don't overcome that fear, I don't think you can achieve what you want to be. No.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Well, how would you describe entrepreneurship?
It's let's say it's a journey, or it's a school. It's a school. You start from somewhere before you get to the next level, just like finishing SHS, getting a diploma or a degree, doing your master's, PhD, and all that. Entrepreneurship is the best teacher. If you want to put it that way, it's a really good teacher. Yes, because once you start, when you do A doesn't work. You move to B doesn't work. I don't think you come back to A.
Okay. Because
you move to B.
Okay.
It didn't work. And if whoever is also going to A or trying to do what you did last year. You have the experience to tell the person, don't do this.
Okay. All right. So entrepreneurship is the best teacher.
Yes.
It wakes you up from your slumber.
Yes.
Okay. Now the other thing is that when you complete school here, if you're not looking for a job, the next one will be you are looking to travel to America or England or Canada or Australia, and they tell us that those are the opportunities.
Yes.
They actually tell us that that's the opportunity. Uh, why didn't you travel, or why haven't you traveled? I mean, why haven't you left all this and just move on, go to America? You know.
I don't think moving to America will solve my problem for me.
Okay.
Maybe it might give me a better life, but I don't think I'll be fulfilled.
Okay.
Yes, leaving my house and then going to fix somebody's house. I don't think that is right. As
Okay.
an African, I believe it's our duty to develop our own continent or our own country than going elsewhere to find greener pastures. If you travel outside and you make money and come back, I don't think you can bring all the money back to Ghana.
Okay.
No, you can't bring all the money back to Ghana.
Why?
I don't think they will allow you to bring all the money or all your investment you've made in that country back to Ghana.
Okay.
Yes. So if you stay in Ghana and you work hard and then you are able to do what you want to do outside, you are able to do the same here. I think that will be beneficial to the nation and to the whole community as a whole.
But it's a tough journey. You start. I can say from what I know, you start for the next 3 to 7 years or 10 years. I mean, you'll be hungry.
Yes.
A lot of thought.
Yes.
They will laugh
Yes.
at. I'm sure with the guess if you don't have money. How have you trained yourself, motivated yourself for all this? You know, because we still have a lot of your mates, a lot of graduates at home hoping to get a
Yes.
job.
Yes.
Now, if you look at the statistics, we are producing over 300,000 graduates. If you add the dropouts, the senior secondary school, the number goes way beyond that. I don't know how many people are creating jobs. The government says, the government is saying it's creating jobs, but I don't know how many people are creating jobs, which means a lot of us will still be at home for the next 5 years
Yes.
or so
Yes.
before we happen to get a job. That is if you ever get a job that we even like at all. Now, your mate who is looking at you will say that, but you are lucky. I mean, at least you had accounting. You know how to use computer to start something. I don't have any skill. I went to school to study psychology, information studies. How makes you think that I can be an entrepreneur? You are telling me that I should be.
Well, I think for every individual, it is your responsibility to develop yourself.
Okay.
You shouldn't wait till you are told to do this before you do it, or you can do this before you do it. Anything that you think you can learn, that will be helpful to you or to anyone. I think you should, even if you are in school, you are wherever you find yourself, you shouldn't limit yourself to one thing. If you do that, then you are limiting your capabilities or your opportunities. If you have, maybe you are in school, you are reading marketing, and then you read about maybe any IT course. I think after you finish and you can use your marketing and market that IT skills that you learned. Last 2 days, I read a marketing student who is a footballer who used his marketing skills to get himself a contract. So I don't think limiting yourself is good. Most of the problem is about the limits or the abilities you don't have. We are just chasing for one thing without looking elsewhere. Maybe you are good with, you are doing accounting, so you want to do the accounting throughout. I don't think that will be helpful. Get another skill. If it is carpentry.
Why do you think we would want to think straight like that? Just one line. Why do you think that? I remember even a lot of when sometimes when you're doing interviews, graduates, you see that a lot of them, apart from the course content, they're very shallow. If you take the course that they read, if you put the argument on any other terrain, they become so limited. The only time that they will start to talk is when we are talking about politics or when you're talking about religion. Then they will get something to say. But if you shift it into something more productive, into something more creative, into something more entrepreneurial or innovating, you see that they will be silent. What is it that is not in the school that they, let's say, have not completed? I mean, stay in school. What should I add? What kind of books, what kind of topics do you think? I'm in the final year in the university. I'm in the second year in the university. How do you think I should prepare myself? Because obviously, the university is enough for you to fight, especially if you want to build a business. So what are some of the things that you should add?
I always talk about maybe an entrepreneurial program at the end of university. I think we should change the national service into maybe national innovation or national entrepreneurship program, where we pick students from different backgrounds, we put them together to create something. If it is a agri sector, we look at the problem at the agri sector, we bring the agri students, agri engineering students, and anything that we can put together to solve that problem, we bring them together. We find a mentor or someone who is in that field who can guide them to work together as a team. I think after a year, those ideas or those solutions can be implemented in the field than pushing people to do national service. Maybe for the let's take the educational students, those who are doing teaching and all that, they can do the service, yes, or the nurses or the doctors, they can do the service. But I think the other fields, the more practical ones, I think they should be put together than releasing them, because if you push an accounting student to a bank or a firm, most of the time you are not going to do anything. You become like a servant. Go here, come here, go here, come here. You'll be running errands. So you don't get any practical training. Because the one there is not going to allow you to come and exhibit your skills or your knowledge, so that
those things also add to our frustration, because then you have spent 1 year after school placing national service. But after the national service, you don't have any skill, you don't have any expertise. And so the obvious thing is that after the national service, you still believe that you need somebody to hold your hand to get
find you a job.
It did not equip you to stand on your own.
Yes.
That's true.
And I also think in school you should read more. You should read more.
But they want you to get first class. If you read more, how are you going to get it?
Well, if you are in school and you are chasing for first class, then you are just going to be, let's say, a slave. Because a first class student won't start a business. They will wait to be employed. Yes. So
that's why you have a lot of first class students waiting to be employed.
Yes. Yes, they are waiting to be employed. People with masters are at home waiting to be employed because they spend most of their time reading textbooks, textbook without any practical knowledge. So
But
if you are,
do you think sometimes I talk to a lot of, especially the men, people with higher education, university, a lot of the times, the boys, it's very difficult for you to get them to understand anything beyond what they know. Very difficult.
it is how they've been conditioned. So they are trained. The brain is programmed to accept this only. So anything that doesn't conform with our programming, it's a bug to them. They will debug it.
Okay.
They won't accept it.
Okay.
So
I know that you as an accounting student, you're very good with computer. You code.
yes.
You write programs, websites, graphic design,
Yes.
video editing, all of those.
Yes.
When did you learn those? And what made you?
As I said in the beginning, I wanted to be a creator. I wanted to create things. I want to see this and say, this is my creation. I made this.
Okay.
So I started creating and building models with paper cuts and clay and all those. So as time went on, I realized I didn't get any motivation for that sector. People discouraged me and said, go and find a business course and read and get a job. Now you put on your tie and then you'll be respected. So
you respected.
yes, I got discouraged. So I started writing.
Okay.
Writing will also help me to create something or write a story that people will recognize me for.
What were you writing?
And was writing novels.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had friend. I think at that time I had a friend in Canada who was guiding me, giving me writing skill coaching and all that. So also I got discouraged. They demoralized me. They said there is no future in writing. It doesn't pay. It doesn't do this. So every time it's about the money that is going to come out of what you are doing.
What we're doing.
Yes. If they don't think it will benefit them or society, then it is not worth it. Stop. Do something you'll be respected, your family will be respected for.
So usually when they say do something you'll be respected, what do they mean?
Become a lawyer.
That's not bad. He can get a political position.
Become a lawyer, become a doctor. But if you say you want to be a teacher or an engineer, I remember churches. I said I wanted to become an engineer, and everybody started laughing.
Wow.
And even the teacher asked,
Why do you think it's so?
The teacher asked, what am I going to do as an engineer?
Okay.
I told him I wanted to do electrical engineering. But I got discouraged because he told me there is no future in that. Become an accountant, become a businessman, become a nurse or anything than engineering, because at that time I don't think there was any future. Maybe he saw there was no future in engineering or electrical engineering.
Let me ask you something, and as that is asking, I don't think you have to complete university before you learn the entrepreneurial skills. There are different avenues you can gain those skills while you are even in school. Do you agree with him?
Yes, I agree. I agree perfectly.
Okay.
Because I read, while at school, I started learning how to become a graphic designer. From there, I did website development. Even with that, there was challenges because everybody is trying to discourage you.
Who are those people
They're
trying to
trying to
discourage?
they family, friends. So all they want you to do is read the book, become who they want you to become.
Okay.
So if you try to take any other path, I don't think they will support you. So I read in school, I'll just.
How has it?
So I don't think I spent, if a class is 1 hour, I don't think I spent the whole 1 hour in class. I'll just take my laptop and then start coding something.
And go.
Start working on a website or a project. Yes, because whatever the teacher or the lecturer is saying, it was just distracting me. So I had to occupy myself by reading things that I can easily depend on. Oh,
Okay.
yes,
Were you able to pay attention in class?
Yes. I can say I'm a very good student. I'm a quick learner.
Okay.
Maybe something you use
Okay.
a month to study and pass your exams. I will just use a week to brush through my books and then
So they should
I'll just pass.
have given you 1 year to complete the degree course. Oh?
It's not done that way. But I think it's in school you need to equip
I said they
yourself.
should have
You
given you
need
1
to
year to
learn.
complete.
Yes.
Yes, but they should have given you 1 year
They
because you were a fast learner. Okay. Now,
I don't think
tell us
that's
your business.
yes.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I lost. I didn't hear your last question.
Okay. So I was saying, what do you think? Okay. What are some of the businesses that you're running now? Tell us about the things that you're doing now.
First, I'm doing. I have a bookkeeping and accounting business, mostly, let's say, accounting and administration. So I help people with their accounting and their paperwork, the administration side of their business, and also into IT, website creation, graphic designing, video editing, and social media marketing and management, and also into retail business. Retail, there are two: the food stuff, the bridges, they are normal convenience or convenience goods. Let's say provision shops. Yes.
Okay.
And then
Provision.
I have a t-shirt, yes,
Yeah.
t-shirt retail business as well, which I started somewhere last year. Yes. So at this moment, that is taking much of my time.
So what would
Yes.
be which one?
The t-shirt business.
Which one is taking much?
The
The
t-shirts.
t-shirt one. Okay. So
Yes.
so there's an accounting business, accounting
Yes.
bookkeeping business. There is an IT. There
Yes.
is the t-shirt business, and there is a
Yes.
provision shop. They look like
Yes.
4 or 10 to me. Okay.
Yes.
What are some of the major challenges that you meet in any of these? As a young man running business in our country, what are some of the difficulties that you meet with your clients, government agencies, even sometimes with yourself?
Well, let me start with the government agencies. It's really difficult dealing with them, especially when it comes to the revenue or tax issue, even business registration.
Yeah.
I think when I started the T-shirts, I wanted to register for a 10. When I got there, the lady just asked. So I filled the forms, and then she just asked, if you made this money at this period, you have to pay. You have to pay for something. So we're like, why should I pay for tax? It is not even the end of the year. Why should I pay? He said, yes, once I have started. No. So we got into an argument with that. Even the business registration, I think that's when you are supposed to pay for 60 cedi for the forms. And there was this gentleman who was charging me 200 cedis before I register my business. So for the challenges, I think the government side, it is not really helping, because I think even before you start a business, you go through the process, and there is no, apart from the National Small Business Scale, that organization that supports small business or guide small businesses. I don't think there's any other program that will guide young entrepreneurs to achieve what they want to do, or young startups to start their business. So when you are starting a business, you are just on your own. Once you start, whatever you do, whether good or bad, whether helpful or not, you are on your own. And I think that if we can get a mentorship program or an organization, a governmental one, that can supervise startups, or give guidance, give counseling, and help with strategies and planning and all that, I think there will be a lot of...
Okay, but don't you think the Ministry of Business, don't they have something like that?
I think that is the National Scale for Small Businesses Initiative. I think that is the only one I know of. The other ones are the Youth Employment Organization, and those are they just bring you together, go and clean, go and do this, go here, like the NAPCO program. It's not for entrepreneurs, it's for graduates. Come and find work and let's pay you. It's the same thing.
All right.
I am talking about something that's a mentorship program that you can apply. You are guided as to how to plan your business, your marketing strategy, your business structure, the systems you will need to put in place to succeed. We don't get this, so it's a struggle.
That one is not there, isn't it?
Yes, it's not there.
That one is not there with the government agencies.
No. Okay. And also individual.
I think that structurally.
Please go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm done with my point. I was coming to the private sector, maybe private individuals who also can supervise or guide these young entrepreneurs, which we don't have. Yes.
Okay. All right. What I think is that structurally, our government agencies, for example, GRA and all those people, I don't think they were designed. I think a lot of what they do is colonial. It's anti-innovation, because they come in, once you have registered a business, they treat you like you have made millions.
Yes.
Meanwhile, you're stuck in your room, you probably took your mother's money to go and register that business. So technically, it's the structure. And maybe along the line, they will change it so that it becomes more friendly, so that young people, yes, you pay tax on your profit, but if you're going to register business, they charge you to pay something. There's something you pay. It's part of the fees. That is the corporate problem, the corporate tax.
Yes, yes. The registration is different. The registration is different from the tax.
Okay.
So the person was charging 200. The person is taking 200 cedis before starting the process, which is not
there's a charge on your stated capital even. Once you state the capital that they didn't give you, they charge you.
But you are not supposed to take that money.
Yeah.
Whoever is sitting behind that table is not supposed to take that money. I'm supposed to go and pay that money. So if I state in my document that this is the amount, you don't have the right to charge that percentage on it for me to pay to you. You're supposed to go through the process and then file and then I pay.
You, is it?
Yes.
But they charge you.
Yes, they do charge.
So I think that structurally it's very friendly, and you have. That's why I think that young people who want to be entrepreneurs and who must one way or the other start something on their own must have this thinking that I am not waiting for government. Don't wait for government. By the time the government help come, you probably be 30 years. You know, so you have to see that. You have to have this thinking that I'm not going to be frustrated, but I'm not going to wait for government. And if anything at all, the government probably needs me to help him or her. You know, that way, when government agencies come to frustrate you, you have a better understanding so that you don't get frustrated and so that you don't quit, that soon. Because then you put them in a certain manner. You understand how they.
Most it's not it's certain individuals in the organization who want to take advantage of maybe your ignorance about the law or how the structure works, and then they do.
Yes, but like the police officer. If they want to catch you, they will catch you. And those individuals, they know that those individuals are not catch them. You know, so they are aware. They are aware that people get something and tell you that you owe this and come and pay. If you don't pay, we are coming to lock the shop or we are coming to take you to court. They use those as threat to extort you, but they don't know that they are killing dreams. They don't know that they are killing people's drive. They don't know that the people are trying to move themselves, carry themselves to do something. And so I usually when they come around, I tell them, listen, some people the government is helping them to set up. Government has not helped us to set up. We push ourselves. So the least is come here and explain things to us and help us if you need help. We are not running away. But you can't come and threaten us. Those ones we will not accept. And a lot of the times you get somebody who understands this. Even if they come in with all their you will get somebody who something. And the way I deal with them is that you must show them a lot of respect. You know, the moment you become combative, they feel insulted. They feel like you think that and then they will escalate.
I don't think it's right to allow them to continue like that. One time, I think last month or so, at the retail shop, the lady called me that GRA is there asking for permit fee or something. And I told her GRA doesn't take permit fee. It is the AMA or like a working permit. I told her it was the Metropolitan Assembly that demands for permits. So how come GRA is coming to demand for permits? Said it is part of their collection now and they need to write receipts for. I told them it's never done anyway. Yes, it's never done. They came back. I think they came back 3 times, and I told them I will go to their office myself and pay, and then they'll give me receipts. So I went to their metropolitan office and I paid for the permits. Then they gave me the next time they came, I showed them the receipts. So I told them it's not done. GRA doesn't collect permits.
No,
it is the assembly. That's you have to pay the permit to.
But you
So
see,
these are people.
that's another thing that is so frustrating. Anybody at all can come and demand any permit from you from anywhere.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
we all been empowered to lock you and to frustrate you and to threaten you.
So,
these are some of the things that our laws, our politicians must review. They must review them because a lot of them have been around. Just a structure. You see, entrepreneurship, innovation, they are the tools for wealth creation.
yes.
And so those guys who came to set these laws before they left, they put them there so that our people will not innovate, so that our people will not become entrepreneurs. If you are a big entrepreneur and you're in charge of the, what is the name? Let's say you can refine gold or diamond, then they will not come here. You know,
Yes.
so they put a lot of these things there so that we will not get a lot of our talent in entrepreneurship, but so that we will become musicians and sports people. You know, those are the things that they promote. So if you see an African young man anywhere, he has to be a sportsman or he has to be an entertainer. You know,
journalist.
that's it. When it comes to an innovation, they try to hide us. They say that we don't have that, which is very unfortunate. And if you look at the systems were placed there to suppress innovation, to suppress entrepreneurship, to suppress wealth creation. And the government sometimes they are not even aware. They're not even aware that these things are killing your people from taking, because it would always take the entrepreneurs to create the wealth. It's not the sports people, it's not the musicians, it's not the movie actors. The people who will lead prosperity are the business people, who are creating economic fund. You know, those who can create employment, who can build systematized businesses. And I think that's where we need a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of our young men to practice, to go in and practice something. What are some of your mistakes that you have also met, or the challenges that you have met in the other businesses?
The challenges, like I said, is let's say funding is a challenge. One challenge that every entrepreneur faces. Unlike maybe elsewhere, abroad or outside, where you can even use crowdfunding to start your business. Here, unless you rely on your family and friends, and if they are not willing to provide, then you are stuck. So funding is a problem. Funding is a problem. Yeah. Another problem is the skill set. I think before you start this journey, you need a certain mindset and a certain skills to start.
Okay.
You need to change certain attitudes. If you are sleeping from 9 to 6, it will change. You start sleeping from 12 to 3 a.m., 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. You are up.
But I thought they say that once you have your business, you have freedom.
There's no freedom. There's no freedom. If there is freedom, maybe Dangote will not be moving up and down. Mr. Indum will not be moving up and down. I don't think you yourself you'll be moving up and down. There's no freedom. It's a challenge. If you are doing 8 to 5 job, that one you can sleep even 12 o'clock and wake up 7. By 8 you are at work. 8:30 you are at your office. But with entrepreneurship, you always have a problem or an issue to solve. So 24 hours, your brain is working. Always you are on the edge. You don't know what will happen next. So I don't think it's that freedom. Yes. Let's say for me like this, I got back around 7:30. I have like shirts to print and deliver them the next morning. So probably I'll be working from now to like 1 a.m. before I sleep. By 4, I have to wake up.
So that's the kind of
my
mindset you
normal
must
time.
have.
Yes, that's the normal time I wake up 4 a.m. So even if I sleep 3:30, I have to wake up 4 a.m. and
Wow.
prepare for my day. You have to get a plan. Every day I wake up, I do my maybe 1 hour exercise. You do your chores. 6 a.m. I read a book till maybe 7 a.m.
Wow.
I make sure
Why do
every
you
day I read something.
why do you have to read? Why?
I need to be updated. Whether it's news, it's a journal, it's anything, I need to read. I need to update myself. In this tech business, it is changing always. These people up there, they are moving at a pace. If you don't catch up, you lose your ground. So every day, every morning, 6 to 7, I have to read. 7 to maybe 7:30, I have to plan for my day, where I'll be going, who I'll be meeting, and start making calls, start texting people, appointments, if anything will be cancelled, whatever. So by 8, I know my stand, whether I'm working from home today or I'm going to town to work. So it's a mindset that you need to start working on before you say you are going to entrepreneurship. And let's come to the skills. I think that is a challenge for a lot of businesses. The success of your business or your venture will depend on the skills you have.
That's a great statement. Yeah.
Yes. If you don't have certain skills, let's say you're not good with managing your time, you have challenges. You are not good with communication, you have challenges. You don't know how to relate to people, that will be a challenge.
People skills.
These are people skills. These are before you come to the management skills. You need a little bit of financial knowledge. You need a little bit of marketing. You need a little bit of sales. These are all things that you need to acquire or read on before you venture into entrepreneurship. Because if you just start and I'm doing this, so just start producing this, you'll be lacking marketing. You'll be lacking how to deal with customers. Some people you complain about, your communication is not good. You have this, your attitude towards work is bad. So you need to develop these skills.
Let me tell you, I've told you before, but I said that I had met with a lot of IT boys. And their character was something else. I told you before, their character was something else. The money, they were only in for the money. And they will come in as if they are very smart. And a lot of the times when they are talking to you, they think you don't understand anything in IT. The moment I see those things, it becomes very difficult for me to work with them. And the trust level is low. But you were different.
Thank you.
I saw that in you. You're very different. Your mindset was focused. You could think clearly, and a lot of the times you go extra mile. And I think that's what makes people entrepreneurship.
Yes.
It makes it, even though it's very tough, a lot of the times these things will lessen the difficulties, because then you're able to build relationships. You're able to connect with people, good people who will be there alongside the journey, But if you go in and you think you're very smart, you were talking of funding, for instance. Other countries, the way they have structured their startup, you start, you have an idea, you you push a lot of time into it, it starts to work. You can go some places, somebody will put money in, you pay your salary, you continue to work even though the idea is not generating any income. And it gets to a level, it becomes a good business, it starts to bring in profit. That's a perfect something that they work there. You know, you have a business plan, you know where you are going to break even. In our country, it's not break even. You have to know that here requires a whole different model. You have to probably have other things that you do that to bring in daily income, or the journey will be so difficult that you will quit. You know, so even if you have a project, if you have, maybe you are building an IT firm or you're building anything, if you just focus on that and you're not getting revenue, you'll be hungry because you're not getting anybody to come and invest 100,000 Ghana cedis or 1 million and give you 2 years. Even if the bank gives you money, most of course they will not give you, so you don't even have to pay. The percentage is too big, 20 or 30%. Because it's a problem for you. Which means that our strategy must be different.
That is why I started with the service business. I think that one is less capital intensive.
You're working on a project, you know. You're working on a project, and at the same time, you have something that you're selling every day to feed you.
Yes.
Don't do that. You will quit.
Funding is a major issue in Ghana, or let's say in Africa. If you are not lucky, or you don't have a father or a mother who left a lot of property or a lot of money, you won't survive. I've seen a lot of people.
You see, Kofi, but this is how I want us to look at it. I want us to look at it. You see, some people have modeled theirs to say that start it, try it. If it starts to work, we will give you funding. You know, that's how they have modeled theirs. Ours is not like that. So I will not say that funding. I will say that we have local content funding formula. If you want, you know, you hear a lot of local content, something that is appropriate here, you know, so that you see how you can fund yourself. You may not get 1 million. Probably you'll be able to develop something that you will get maybe 100 Ghana every day. And that 100 Ghana can help you to really set the business well, you know. So a lot of us will not have parents or will not have institutions that will pump some of, and I'm not even for that, because until, just as you said, until you get the right skills and until you develop the right frame of thinking, no matter what money they give you, you may lose that money because they don't have the right tools to build. So I would say funding is difficult, especially funding for growth and for you scale. But there's still an approach that we can do. I mean, if you give yourself 20 years, some people will be there. Let's say we are going to 100,000 mark in terms of city, let's say 100,000 revenue. Some people will be there in 2 days. But some people will be there in 2 years. It'll still be there. You know, and if you look at our formula, I think it's a bit slow, but it's more sustainable if you develop it well.
For I don't know anyone who is ready to wait for 20 years.
Okay, so what will you do?
Yes, they want it. I start the next minute. I'm making profit, or I get the funding. No one, I don't think any young guy will start a business want to wait for 5 years before the business can be able to sustain. Please go ahead.
Mm-hmm. You will not wait for 5 years.
No, a lot of people are eager to, once they start, they want the money to push the business to where they want it to be.
It means that they are out of touch with reality here. it means that they don't know what is happening here. So it is either you go and some politician will give you money, or maybe somebody who has a lot of money will give you for free. If you go to the bank, that money will even kill you. That money will collapse the business. The bank money will collapse.
Yes.
Or delay you for the next 10 years or 20 years. In your ignorance, if you go to the bank for 30, 40%, microfinance 70% a year, you have set a path that it will be very difficult for you to return or to be on the success way. So you automatically go to fail. You fail. Because business, I mean, for you to pay that much interest and pay the taxes and all those things, pay salary, automatically you are going to compromise on a lot of things. You are going to lie, you are going to cheat, for you to keep those wild figures. So I would say that if you look at our situation, you have to give yourself time. You really have to give yourself time to grow with it. And that's why, for me, if I see any new business which is trying to flash everywhere, if I see any young business person who is trying to show that he succeeded in 2 years, I know that it's not true.
They bloat their figures up just to make it look like it's a lucrative business. I mean, you just started a business.
It's not true. It's a lie.
They don't.
Right. This is basic maths. But you see, when you are flashing, you are buying Land Cruiser, you're building big office, you are employing a lot of people. Where's the money coming from? Where's the money coming
mostly,
from? It's obvious.
Yes, but mostly they're going for loans. There's big loans, and then they invest. They think they hear of you need a team, you need structures and systems for your business to grow. It's a process. It's a gradual thing. You need to get to a certain
it's a gradual
level.
Process. Yes.
You need to get to a certain level before you can say, yes, I need one person who can handle this for me. I need 2 people who will handle this for me. But until you get to that level, I don't think there is a rush for you to hire 3 or 4 people that you can't even pay.
No, you shouldn't. Our part, the factors, if you put the factors together, if you don't get about 5 things right, it's so likely that you are going to lose the business in no time. Or you are going to compromise on the process. You're going to compromise on your development, on your ethics, on your systems, on your scale, on the mindset. So for me, even though the heat is there, you need the heat. As a matter of fact, you need the heat. Because that's where the wisdom will come from. You need the heat. The heat won't kill you. If you're not cutting corners, the heat will never break you. If you're not cheating, if you're not being cruel, the heat is meant to refine you.
You eventually cool down.
And that's what we all have to understand. So when the young men are complaining of the heat, they say, no. You see, the mistakes will culminate into heat. Because you didn't know a lot of things. Then you gave the money to somebody, he ran away, you took that loan, it didn't work, you picked a product, it never worked.
That's guidance, it's not there. That's mentorship or that counseling is not there. For people to understand that when you start a business, you go through all this before you get to a certain stage, you say, I can relax now, I can relax, I can hand over my this department to this one to handle for me. I can hand over this tax for this person to handle for me. Unless you come to terms with that, don't start.
Okay, Kofi, but what do you think? What refines gold? What refines gold? What do they use to refine gold?
What do they use to refine gold? They have their process. It goes through a process.
They use something. Yes.
The chemical. Think
they apply heat.
or
You know that.
Yeah, heat.
Yes, but they apply heat.
Yeah. Yes, heat.
Okay. So if you are rare, good. If you are rare good, the heat won't scale you. If you're fake good,
but a lot of young people are not ready for that heat. They want to make the money and spend the money, live lavish. So
they are fake good.
So they go into it, and then first year, second year, they just back out because they couldn't stand or they weren't prepared enough or were they are not
somebody said that
with.
Okay. I know of fire. I don't know of acid, actually. But I think acid is for. But I don't know. What I know is that you go through some process. There will be heat. There will be something inconvenient.
Yes.
Something which like because the bats are in your mind. See, the bats are in your mind. When you have a lot of bats in your head, you think that you have to play fast. You think that you have to cut corners. You think that you have to be flashy. You think that you have to trick people. Those are all things that you have to refine. The fire will refine that. If the fire comes and you still want to keep on to those things, you will fall. So until you pick the lessons, you won't go to the next stage. So these are basic facts. If you want to go with your own ethics and values, the fire will clear your head. Okay, so tell us.
It's a mindset. It's a mindset, and you need to be principled.
That's right.
Principled.
Yes. And we need a lot of our young men and women to think like that. Then the journey will be a bit easier because then you don't have anything to hide. You just be yourself. If you have one shoe, is one shoe. If you don't have car, it doesn't matter. If the office is in your bedroom, you don't have to tell anybody the office is at Jolu. It's in the bedroom. And if the person wants to come and see,
I work from home.
Yes, you work from home, and you give people my card. This is where I work from. That's all.
I always tell people I work from home, and
that's it.
One other challenge is let's say the service business.
Yeah.
People want to see a big office.
Okay.
Or car, you wear suit and tie before they can sit down with you and even give you the opportunity to tell them what you can do for them.
Wow.
That is why a lot of people start and then they go in for the loans, the offices and the cars, and it collapses within some time.
Kofi, do you from the letter that I've seen, even though some people would want to see you organize, the true ones, the honest ones, they don't just want to see organization, they want to see an honest person. That's a letter I've seen. Sometimes they may come to the office, they are not convinced. You think that if we give you this money, you are not going to run away? A lot of them are also looking for hire because the big show boys also dupe them. They've been duped, a lot of these guys. And I think that credible businesses, a lot of the times, they are not just looking for packaging, they are also looking for people they can depend on to do what they agree to do.
Yes.
Okay. So they may come to the office, they are not impressed. But if they give you little and you are able to keep it, the same people will forget about your office. What I've seen is that the people who are so much interested in your size and your car, it's because a lot of them want to cut corners. They want to take the business after, and so that you can agree somewhere. But the people who want the job really done, they want to see your perseverance. They want to see your consistency. They want to see the fact that you can deliver a lot of the times. Because they are not interested in you giving them anything. They want their job done. And if you work professionally, I think a lot of the times they will overlook the fact that you are not a big business or you don't have a big office or a big car. A lot of the times.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree. But I've also come across a lot of people that they are looking for these things. That if you that is their standard. If you don't meet that, then you are not credible enough to hand over their system over to you or anything like that. But there are other people, genuine people, who also look beyond the structures and your working environment or your working space, and then they hand over their projects and their processes to you for you to handle to them. So apart from the genuine people, those people are also a challenge. I think they need to come in term with. We have freelancers who can also work better than structured organizations. People who, yes, companies who
so
being in existence.
who are these companies who are almost all the time looking for somebody structured? Are they Ghanaians or foreign companies? Who are they?
Most are Ghanaians. Foreigners, the funny thing is, foreigners don't look for structures.
Okay.
What
they
you
look
can
for
do.
Okay.
Yes. They give you a deadline, you meet the deadline. They give you a project, you execute. Yes, you execute it to their standard. They are okay with you.
Why do you think the Ghanaians are looking for structure?
Yes. they want you to be in suit and tie. You see, before they can see you are capable.
But I think it's a bit more. It's a bit colonial. It's a bit. It's a bit inferior. It's pretentious, and that's why sometimes when you wear suit, you go to the bank. You can easily trick them because they think that once you look packaged, it means that you are credible. So it's something that people would have to overcome, And I think some of them are seeing it. They would want to overcome because they want you to deliver. But I will use the ones that will trust me based on the stage that I am to build before the other guys will come on board. I'd rather use that approach than go to take a loan because of them, then crash everything that I've built. So what are the other? Go ahead.
I think some years ago I went for an interview and they told me to shave my beard and then trim my hair down because because I don't qualify. My appearance doesn't
look nice.
Doesn't suit their environment. And I told them it is the most important thing is doing what I'm being taxed to do and not my appearance and my beard. I didn't get a job, you see. So
sometimes they even ask the woman. Sometimes they even want you to wear weave and wear seam.
It's true.
Tendencies. There are things that Africans are still evolving out of, and part of it is that one. That anything that looks like a white man's standard means it's standard, and anything that looks like theirs, a lot of them will find it difficult because they are not out of it yet. But hopefully, there will be some kind of awareness. They will start to see that these are people, and we have to give them. That's why sometimes you go to an office with a Chinese man, and they think that the Chinese man is financing you, not you financing the Chinese man. Or you go to an office with an European, and they're looking at the European more than they're looking at you because they think he has money. Meanwhile, you are the one employing him. So we just have to understand that it's a stage, and that's why if you say there is poverty in another country, they will find it difficult. But if you say poverty is in African country, it's true. Not because there's poverty there, but that's the program. That's the program. Yes. And that's why when I'm speaking English, then I'm intelligent. But when I'm speaking Iwako so those are some of the the challenges that we inherited that we have to correct. So what are some of the other challenges that you think?
It's about collaboration.
Collaboration, okay.
Teaming up with other individuals to form a business, or let's say a startup.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you have an idea, you pitch people, this is what I want us to do. By the time you realize someone has crossed you and then started doing it,
Yeah.
some also will not be on board because they don't want to leave you in charge.
Yeah.
Everybody feels they are okay, they can be boss on their own. So it becomes difficult to put a team together. So maybe that's something. Maybe if we can gather 3 or 5 guys, we put our resources, our skills together to form something, which I think can grow faster than doing it alone.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't
Here,
work.
it's difficult.
It's difficult. Before we come to that, give me, somebody is asking for your contact, maybe your email. Let me put your email there.
fifiodum.ko@gmail.com.
Fifi, F-I-F-I,
Odum.
O-D-U-M.
Yes, F-I-I, F-I, O-D-U-M .ko
.ko
@gmail.com.
at gmail.com. So the collaboration, I think that it takes a lot of maturity to form a team and to work productively to get results. And just as we said that a lot of our training don't prepare us for entrepreneurship, they prepare us to write exam, become the first in the class, think that you're intelligent, or you're the most intelligent in the class. People will carry the same kind of thinking to the business world. So the ability to work together is something that we really have to discuss and really have to break things down, because people don't know how to collaborate to even form business. A lot of our partnerships go through a lot of stress because I think the immaturity is high. The selfishness is high. To go for the goal, we have to, people don't know that as Africans, we have to learn to work together because everybody is against us, whether we like it or not.
Yes.
And we are against ourselves as well. It's amazing. We are the most, we are under threat everywhere. Watch TV, go to China, go to England, go everywhere. You're a young man, African, I don't know, but it looks like the world is not.
Yeah, yes. You face challenges everywhere.
Yes. So if you are here, then you must learn how to work together. Unfortunately, we still have to develop that. We still really have to work on that. So, but it's also not far. If they develop quickly, if they get a lot of information, you can get somebody who thinks like you, who is very wide in thinking, who is very much passionate and self-confident. I mean, those are the things that you must look for. Self-confidence, bigger worldview. They can think far. Their ethics are solid. If you get somebody like that and you partner with, beyond even just the skills for the business or the technical skills, you have to really see somebody who has identified his sense of purpose or his purpose. Those things will help you. And you can collaborate. And somebody who really believes that we are the ones responsible to create this, to develop our continent, to create prosperity. And that our people must have the first option. Whether they can do it or they cannot do it, it doesn't matter. Somebody help somebody who can do it now. Who could, I mean, nobody was born to do it. They were helped. So if you always give it to foreigners, when are you going to equip your own people? Be in charge.
Yes.
Because they were also, somebody placed confidence in them. That's why they became equipped. So you must also train your people, develop them gradually. If you can't give them 100, give them 10. When they're able to deliver, give them the rest. So the collaboration, I think that is something that we have to really put it in our school. We put it in our school to trust ourselves and have confidence in ourselves. If you watch TV, any major project, you see some Chinese man or some Europeans there. Anytime I see that, these people don't think that we can do anything. Meanwhile, they come here, it's still our boys who do them, not them. far more intelligent.
Yes.
Somebody, and it's part of the programming and the business. So that's true. That's true. All right. So if you don't have another one to say on the challenges, then I will ask you.
I think another challenge is family. Family and friends. the environment or where you find yourself, sometimes it's also a challenge. Yes,
Okay.
sometimes it's also a challenge. Sometimes you get discouraged a lot of times if they ask you for a little money and you can't provide it. And when you don't, what want you stop and then find a monthly job and then to sustain yourself and all that. So, yes. So family and friends is also a challenge. They don't understand the process. They think once you have to be able to provide always. And sometimes you put all your money into a project and you have to wait for some time before the money comes back. So once maybe you are slow on or low on cash, they get discouraged. Look for another job. Look for a monthly job. Go and apply for.
Because they think that business is an employment. They don't think that it's far more complex and far more bigger than employment. There are a lot of people that cannot separate that. They say that you have employed yourself. They think it's like that. They don't think it's something that you're developing, which can become huge. And so I just try to understand them, but I don't try to convince them that much because you have to really tell yourself that this journey, not many people understand it. So if you get somebody who understands it, praise the Lord. But if you don't get anybody like that, I mean, you keep pushing, because that's the reality. Family has been found to not be in support of something groundbreaking.
Yes.
If you want to do anything very, very much significant and much purposeful, a lot of the times family will be a hindrance. So very few people are able to get families that will support them right from start. So if you don't get that, it's okay. So what are some of the so is that all for the challenges?
Yes, I think these are the major challenges. Yes.
Okay. So what are some of the things that made you very happy? When did you start to say that I've not been a foolish boy? After all, now I'm trying to see something.
Well, one thing about me is I don't have regret.
Okay.
I always tell people whatever decision I've taken, whatever the consequences, it is my decision and I obey it. Whether good or bad, it is my decision. It is my bed. I laid it. I will sleep on it.
Okay.
So, but if I would say there have been ups and downs, and what makes me happy is it's that it's better than being an employee, being an employee, working 8 to 5, working overtime, getting calls to come to work on weekend, which I'm not supposed to. Being controlled or my life being scheduled for me. I think that makes me happy. If today or tomorrow I don't want to go anywhere and I want to sleep, I'll just sleep.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. If I don't want to do this today, I call that person, I don't want to come today. I think that gives me joy. That gives me some sort of liberty. Wow. I have control over my own life. Then you wake up 5:30, but if you get to there, you'll be in traffic like 1 hour before you get to your workplace. You spend 8 to 9 hours. You come back.
So what would you tell the people you work with?
What do I tell the people who I work with?
Those that
like my
jobs, yes.
My client.
No, your employees.
My employees. Well, I think one time I went for an interview. I told the
not employer, employees?
Employees, well, they should work hard. They should be principled.
Yes,
They should
but
upgrade themselves.
you just told me that you it's better than being an employee. So I want to ask you, if it's better than being an employee, then why should I work for you?
Well, it starts from somewhere.
Okay.
It's a journey that starts from somewhere. I think I was once an employee before moving. So definitely, before you become a king, you be a prince. So definitely, you work under someone. You learn certain things from someone, some work ethics, some skills from somewhere. But for now, I think it's my position. I'm okay as being an entrepreneur than working.
The heat. Now you can take the heat. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Now I'm okay. Whether you eventually cool down, you can't take the hits for it can go on maybe 1 month. You feel the heat for 1 month, and the next month everything cools down. Everything is smooth. Everything is going according to your plan.
Okay. A lot of times, what I say is that see, all of us want to create wealth, and the path to wealth, you could get salary and create wealth, or you could build a business and create wealth. You must have a solid and identify yourself with that. So whether I'm building a business or I'm an employee, I must have the settlement in my heart. What I don't like is when somebody is employed and they are sad and they are not happy, as if being employed is punishment. And the only time that they are happy is when they receive salary. Then I have a problem.
90%. 90% is that.
No, but I
90%
think
of it.
no, but you cannot build wealth that way, because you can still build wealth if you have very good information on money. Because your salary is one source of income. If you have other things that bring you income, your aim is to build wealth, that become a thief. So if the salary money is you're very sad to receive, or you're sad going to work, you can't build wealth. You can't build that, because then you always cry. You don't have the spirit to be creative.
Yes.
You must quit. You must leave the place to say, I'm not coming again. But the moment you trade your time there, then you must find a way to be happy and be grateful for that, and calculate and see what you can do with what comes out of that place. Because the essence is that I want to build wealth. So the next 30 years, I'm able to do something, invest in something, and can say that, okay, I work here. I was able to build this. I was able to do this farm. I was able to put this in an investment somewhere. Why people, a lot of the times, are not happy is because they have a plan of creating anything that they can rely on in the future.
That is very true. People who work 8 to 5, I think some are content with what they are receiving.
Are they happy or they are sad?
Most are sad.
But that's my problem. You cannot continue to go to work and you're
they don't have an option. That is how they've been conditioned or they programmed. They can't think beyond what they know how to do. Maybe you are a factory worker. You go to the factory, you work, you come back. That is you think you are limited.
If a cleaner, and I've taken a cleaning contract as an employee for 1 year. That 1 year, I will not that cleaning make me sad. No. No way. Why? Because that year will never come back again. So I think it's more of the tuning. It's more of the conditioning. It's more of the information. Just as somebody has become an entrepreneur, if you don't condition yourself to hit and be diligent and be positive and be optimistic, you will cry. Because I know a lot of people who are entrepreneurs who are not happy.
Yes, yes.
You
That is the mind. That is the mindset.
That's the
That is
mindset.
why in the beginning I said you need to prepare your mind before you venture.
That's right.
Because if you print maybe 20 shirts and within the week nobody buys one, you'll be frustrated.
You'll be frustrated.
Yes,
You see them
yes.
complain.
I have people who place orders, and then you call them for delivery and then they will block you.
So what do you do?
And
What do you
and
do?
some people will say call them and insult them. I say no, I can't call someone and insult them just because just because they block me. So if
Mhm.
you are not prepared for, or your mindset, you are not focused on that, or you don't have that idea that something like that will happen, you'll be frustrated. You even stop producing the shirts.
So a lot of the time,
So I think
information.
yes,
Is
yes,
information.
yes,
What
yes.
other thing made you very happy? And what did you see that became much hopeful that this thing is now, when did the guests start to praise you?
Well, I think whenever I complete a project which the client is happy with, I think I'm happy.
Mm.
Once there is a complaint about a project, I think I'm not fulfilled. I have to review my whole work. One thing that I do every month is do a performance evaluation.
Okay.
Every month, I set down all the projects I did, the timelines, the targets that I had to achieve, all that I consider all that. I do a performance evaluation. I try to build upon it. So if there are complaints here, I work on it. If there are issues here, I work on it. I think that is making me happy. If a project is happy, a client is happy, I'm happy. And another, you said the girls, people praising me. People didn't know about that creative parts about me.
Mhm.
So whenever I create something, I do anything, they go like, "Did you do this?"
Mhm.
I think I get excited when people get surprised that I can do this,
Mm.
than them knowing me as this is the career that I chose. So
Mm.
if they appreciate my work, I'm okay. I get a lot of calls from people who really appreciate my work, like the T-shirts, the design. The designs are mostly centered um, about African culture.
Okay.
So
Read,
they,
read
they
my friend, my good friend is a huge entrepreneur. He has a lot of money. Read his comment on it. Let's see. He's been in
um,
for all these years. Very tough guy.
the
He's
name
a,
the name
the name is Kofi Francis. Have you seen it? It's on the screen.
Francis.
Yes.
Yeah, Francis. I've seen.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, it's very true.
Mm.
There are certain characteristics.
Okay.
There are certain characteristics. One, I think you need to be creative.
Mm.
If you are not a creative person, I don't think you succeed.
Mm. How about if I go to the
Yes.
government, I get a contract? A lot of our entrepreneurs they chase politicians for
No,
contract.
those are not, those people are not entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
They are business people. They are looking to make profits.
Okay. So they get big contract. They start
Yes,
a bank. What is
yes,
that?
yes. They are just looking for money. So you buy the phone 100 CDs, you sell it 200 CDs, or the building will cost 100,000. You take 200,000. That is business. Once you finish with that contract and there's no other contracts, I don't think you can survive.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes, so those people are business people. You need
Losing
to
my mind.
be yes, you need to be creative. You need to be able to solve find solutions to problems.
Okay.
You need to create opportunities from nothing.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. If you can't create opportunities, you can't give people opportunities or create chances for people, I don't think you're an entrepreneur.
Wow.
If I am able to do something that can maybe in 5 years grow,
so you
or
are
find
always
a solution.
you're not looking for help.
Yes.
Solutions all the
No,
time.
no, 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 no,
If they give you support, fine. If they don't give you support, you're pushing.
no. Yes.
Yes. And I think one of the characteristics that Francis is talking about, I think the most evident one is that a lot of the times the entrepreneurs are very highly independent people. You can see that. You can see
Yes.
from their background, how they grew up. You could see that these guys, if you talk to their parents, you talk to somebody who knew them, they will tell you that this guy was always was thinking opposite. He was always, it's a trace. You say something you don't agree.
Yes.
You are saying something different. You're always looking, thinking, and asking questions. It's a lot of
I think
Mhm.
asking questions is also very important.
Yeah.
If you don't understand anything, you need to ask. You don't know anything. You think you might know, but you don't know.
Mm.
So I think asking questions is also key. Also key.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so we are coming to close. So tell us still a lot of your things that made you very happy. Because you know why I'm saying a lot of the times when you go through the heat, the thing that renews your energy and gives you hope is when you start to chalk little successes. You go, everybody's giving up on you, then little success, you become hopeful. So, you become re-energized. Then this thing can work. Because everybody's saying, go and look for a job. And you have tried it for 3 years, it's not working. Then all of a sudden it starts to work. You become that much energized. You become confident that, then after all, I've started, because can you assume, let's assume that you're a plantain farmer. You have done the thing for 10 years, I've harvested one plantain. Let's face it.
You're frustrated.
You go for prayers. Every time there's fire on your farm, with rain somewhere, they don't germinate, you will not be happy. But so once you start to see small successes, when there is a pivot, when there is some point where things start to change, and there is always a point where things will start to change. It cannot always be just the hustle. It can always just be you go up, you come down. It gets to a point you start to get scale. It gets to a point you just pushing little and it's leveraged, because now you have become like a principal, so to say. You have become somebody who can now score. It's like most of these top players, they are skilled, they are the right frame of thinking, they will score. Because now they've been trained, they've been equipped, they have trained all these years, they have been exposed. Entrepreneurship, a lot of the time is like that. So when you start and it's, wait till you start to get. I remember one of the times you got money. You went to sit at the restaurant and chop because the heat was heavy.
Yes. You relax sometimes. It's if you continue like that, you might suffocate.
Yes.
So you just have to cool down. I
Yes.
think
Good.
another thing that also makes me happy is the fact that I'm always learning.
Okay.
All these challenges that I go through or we go through, it's a learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
The more challenges you face, the more you learn.
Mm.
So I think when people ask, I also share my experience with them, and I think I'm okay. That makes me happy. At least I'm helping someone to also overcome certain challenges. That
That's
makes
right.
me happy. Another thing is being able to create opportunities for people.
Mm.
If maybe I employ one person, that is an opportunity for someone. Even if it's on part-time basis, that is an opportunity for that person.
Somebody has a question for you. Read on it and let's see. I'm trying to understand it.
Which one? The scope of local.
Mm-hmm.
suited business plan? Well, it depends on how you want your business how you want to start a business, or you want to, is it by investors who are going to fund the business, or you are
Don't talk
using
about do we have investors?
so local for
They will give you money and charge you 5%.
well, a suited business plan, you just it can be a single sheet.
Okay.
It can be a single sheet, something you want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to do this. This is my target, my market, the targets for mine. This is how I'm going to market it, your small marketing strategy. It can be a single page. Then you develop it as the business is growing.
Yeah.
Unlike the traditional, the conventional business plan that you have to forecast and all those.
A lot of the time, I think that if you don't have any connection, no money, if you're an entrepreneur, it's not about business plan. Just make sure something is going somewhere. Out of that, you will start to get.
Yes.
I've been at home for 4 years. Start something. Is a business plan. Which business plan? Just go and sell
You don't
fruit.
need the business plan. You just need the idea. This is what I want to do. You jot it down. The next step. This is the target I want to sell to. I want to service. If I started the service business targeting small businesses, because I know the big companies have started tackling the big companies. So I need something I can handle. I'm a one-man person. I can't handle a lot of.
And there was an easy entry, and the market was
yes,
huge.
Yes. So you need to know.
If you're young, if you want to start business, you don't have to crack your head too much, unless you have some special skill and some very technical background, very special area. If you're like me, or a lot of us, just roll. After 1 year, your eye will clear. You will clear very fast. Then you will see that maybe I don't have to sell cocoa. I have to sell things. You will see. But with the little you have, very little you have, a lot of the times you don't even have anything. Your friend has product, and somebody you know where they can buy that product. If you can convince your friend to give you that product, you are in business. By the time you go to the time,
I have a lot of people who do drop shipping with my t-shirts. They don't have a shop. They don't have a location. They just advertise. When there's an order, they just forward the details to me. They call me. They forward the details to me. I do the delivery, everything. See, I'll call the dispatch. They will do the delivery and they will get their commission. They don't work. They don't do anything.
They don't work, but they go to the market.
No. Yes.
Okay.
That is it. So sometimes you need to find
so how do they build that? They use their phone.
Yes, they use their phone, social media, and so they do their marketing. Once there's an order, they just forward it to me. The details, the shipping details, I just send it to them. So once the person pays, they get their profits, their share. Yes.
Wow. So how do they get to know you? How do they get to know you?
Social, they saw my designs online. They liked it. They thought it was extraordinary. It's mostly the one that are coming from.
How did they find out that if you are finding somebody, you will pay me commission?
They negotiate. They discuss with me.
So they come to tell you that.
Yes, some tell you, I want to do this.
Wow.
So I just send them copies of the designs. They also market. When there's another, they just forward it to me, and then that's how it goes. They are just doing drop shipping.
The product, they don't see anything, but
yes. Some are in Takrade, some are in Takwa, they are just selling.
Wow.
Without having a product, without creating, being part of the process, not knowing how it's done. They just ask me, do you do it? Yes, I produce them here. And then they just go like, I want to sell some, but this is the things. I have customers or friends that buy.
Why did these young people have this idea? Where did they get it? Where did they get it?
It's been in existence for some time. It's called drop shipping.
Yes, I've heard drop ship. Yeah, drop ship.
Yes. Okay. So that is the practice. You are not part of the process, the logistical process or anything. You don't buy, you just make the order, it's delivered to the customer, you get your money. Yes. So that is the avenue now people are taking advantage of, because creating, most people are finding it difficult to find work and also finding it difficult to start one. So once there is this opportunity, they jump to it and they take advantage of it. Hello.
Okay. Wow. So that's impressive. Kofi, so we have done about almost 2 hours. So we are closing. We are closing. If you have something to say, you can. Francis wrote something. He said that if you have these characteristics, you might be an entrepreneur. Number one is if you hate the status quo. So if you hate the status quo, you know, if you're a Sakawa man, you will be fine. Wow.
I think it's true.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. If you want to always disrupt the status quo, it means that you are creative. Wow. So give us a summary and you'll be fine. So in the next 5 years, where are you taking the businesses?
Well, I think I'm looking to service our fashion industry, because I get a lot of orders, people who want to buy in bulk. So I think the next 5 years, I should be able to produce and stop the import from Togo and China. I think that is my target. Yes, because a lot of people request for bulk purchase. Some people buy 20, 30 for their boutiques.
And your designs are
I think yes, the designs are unique.
Send me the websites and the pages in the private chat.
The website is not up yet. I started, but I paused due to certain things. Facebook, I can give you a Facebook link. Mostly, I've been.
If you are easily bored with routine job, it means you are entrepreneurs. You don't like job. It is true. It is true. Some people, they can't take instruction. What about you?
Like me, I get easily bored. Like doing one thing, it will kill me.
Wow.
So I don't go for that. I hate, and not that I hate taking instructions, but it's frustrating. Always being told what to do. No.
You don't like it?
It's frustrating. No. I don't like it. It's frustrating.
Yes. Okay. The other ones that he said is labeled as rebel. If you're labeled as rebel, it means that you're an entrepreneur. The next one is authority. Is you're very stubborn. You do coup d'etat. The next one is you got fired from your job. If they sack you and they didn't steal, it means that. And these are characteristics. You know, and that's why if you profile them, a lot of the times you see that they were not the ones who were following a lot of instructions in school. They were very much treatment and not able to relax, but on the edge. They are always looking for something, you know. They're always looking at what can they do, what they have.
I think this characteristic sums up the whole of me.
Your personality.
Yes.
Very obsessed.
Yes. Because
very obsessed.
I can't sit at one place for 5 hours. No.
Wow. Somebody is also saying I hate jobs.
Yes, for job routines, I hate it. You wake up 5 a.m. and you dress up, you come back. It's frustrating.
Wow.
It's like you are a slave. You are doing the same thing over and over and over and over.
If they give you money and you plan with it, you're not a slave. You don't take the money. You don't want the money, no. But once you have the money, you can also create something with the money if you run it well. Somebody says that he says that I hate routine jobs, 9 to 5. Then you have to go eat, boys. You have to go and fight.
Routine jobs, and, it can be frustrating.
You have to fight. It can be. I say the other phase, the next step is for us to get a lot of. You see, if you look at our terrain, it's been occupied by a lot of the people who we think did not go to school formally. You know, so if you look at our terrain, there's a lot of people like that. Some people come out with the argument that they quote the Gates and all these Americans who dropped out of school to say that you don't need to be an entrepreneur. I tell them that in that country they use their own language as official business language.
Yes.
They have a lot of data in that language. Now, if somebody goes to and do out of first year, second year, it's not an illiterate. It's educated, highly educated. If you come here, a lot of our people sometimes cannot even read, cannot even write. But I think innovative entrepreneurship, you will need our people to be able to read, write, and sometimes have some level of education. And that's why we need a lot of you guys, you know, to take over, whether it's retail, whether it's IT, whether it's agriculture, whether it's processing, whether it's manufacturing, construction, real estate development, you know, fashion. We need a lot of the people we have sent to start to look at. We are the ones to innovate here. We are the ones to be in charge, because the ability to build systems and structure, you need a lot of creative minds, you know, and well-structured minds. And that's where we need a lot of educated people, you know. So the father child, I don't want to go to school again. The essence of school is to be able to read and write to understand. That's where it's critically needed. And once you can build from there, I think that we will need a lot. We will have a lot of these guys who will then be in charge of our industry. So unfortunately, I'm doing this, and that I seem to be losing money. Is that also, yes? Once you're losing the money, it means you don't know the money. So you're learning. You are in the cave. Is it? That's it. He said that unfortunately, I am doing this, that I seem to be losing money. Is that also? Yes, you have to be people who don't lose a lot of money. People who have become skilled with money, you know, and if you are not that equipped, you will lose the money. So maybe you have to hasten the process of getting intelligent with your money, especially where you put them, where you separate. Maybe you trust a lot of people easily. That will make you lose money. They just come with sanitizer. The guy is very intelligent. You give them the money, they don't show up again. Or maybe you are a bit more greedy with what they project to you. That you can also easily lose money. So, but at the moment I see money in my hand, I want to try something again. My wife thinks I'm crazy. Once it's in your heart, yes, she thinks she's crazy. You are crazy because you're losing the money. So maybe you should go gradually. Maybe you should throw everything. Kofi, what do you think?
Well, I think he should have a plan. He should relax, study the system, have a plan, and then implement the plan. Put system in. If he's losing money, he should put systems in place. If you are giving money to people, make sure you can track that money.
All right.
If you are leaving your business in charge of someone, put a system in place where when even 1 year you go, you can cross-check your money. I think that will save him his money.
So what do you mean by put system? So I have a provision shop. How do I put the system in place?
Well, for me, I have system. I have a cash system that's I use to manage the cash system or the inventory, the sales. By the end of today, you make sales 1,000 cedis, you make expenses 500 cedis. That cash balance is there. Whatever you sell the next day adds up. It adds up. Whenever I come, I pick my books, I cross-check with the physical cash. It should balance.
Okay.
And it should balance. The person must inform you every decision. It is your money. Every decision that the person has to take or any activity, the person has to inform you. That gets your permission before he carries out that activity.
Yeah.
It's yes. Because
okay,
you have to be informed.
At the moment, I see money in my hands. I want to try again. My wife thinks I'm crazy.
Well, for trying, you can't stop trying. You need to try until you find your tune.
Okay.
You see, maybe you are playing, they are playing Agbaja, but you are dancing Palugo. So until you get the Agbaja, until you get that tune, you balance your down steps and you are going to lose the money. So maybe relaxing, planning, forecasting, that will save him a lot. Maybe trying to change a strategy how he invests the money and all that. You need information. That is the problem. You need to know what you are doing before you do it. Because if you maybe you take your salary 5,000, you put it in the business, you lose it, you save for maybe another 3-4 months, you raise another money, you put it into another business. Well, you might be learning, but you're not learning the right way. You need to study what you are doing as well. You need to study what you are doing as well. Yes.
Wow. Kofi, thank you very much for taking time to be here.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you very much. You're a big example to a lot of us. Okay, and we need a lot of young men to take this step. We need a lot of them. There's no point where we think that it's better to live somewhere than here. You have to go and join politics as if there is not much that we can do. There's much that can be done in Africa, and you're a very good example of that. Toto said, if you don't fit the norm, some of the characters, that means you must be yourself. Hence, going after what makes you happy. Boom, you create business out of it. That's true. So you see, it's erratic, it's chaotic.
It's rough. It's gonna be very rough.
Yeah, very rough. But that's it. But for me, that's it. You should be ready for anything. And until you die, you have bread, It's better to try living your dream than hiding it. and die with it.
One thing I want to share with people is stay away from debt.
Okay.
Yes. If you are not sure of what you are doing, don't accumulate debt. Don't accumulate debts, because the pressure that will mount on you eventually, you will suffer. If you have 1,000 and yes, if you have 1,000 and you can start with 1,000, start with 1,000. I have never taken a loan for business. I start with what I have. If it is 100, I have 100. If I try to get a loan and I don't get my back out, maybe the loan doesn't want me to suffer.
So you don't take it.
No. So I think one thing that I have really learned is staying out of debt. Yes, because people start big and then eventually they collapse and the banks chasing them. People they owe are chasing them.
But as a matter of fact, what we even call debt here, I think it's not debt, it's asset.
Well, that is our understanding.
Because the rate is like alcohol, maybe it's 14%. That's alcohol. If it goes to 98%, that's no more alcohol. And the rate they give loans to us is no more loan. It's a gun that they are putting on your head. They'll kill you. So continue your final word.
I think you need to have the mindset before you start.
Yes,
you need to have the mindset. If you are doing 8 to 5 work and you still want to go into your personal venture, I think you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan. You need to plan well. Your time management. You need to be in charge of your time. You need to be principled. And I think if you are able to tune yourself well, get all the information you need, get the required skill, I think you'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Okay, so Francis said something. Kwabena asked you, do you tell your employees for not also being an entrepreneur? Not everybody can be entrepreneur, so it's a call.
Yes. Nobody can be an entrepreneur. People are.
My position is that if you're hot, you can be an entrepreneur. If you have no option, what else can?
For me, not people. Not everyone can be. People start and then they go back to 5 to 9 work.
I agree. By the time that they didn't go, they were. You know why I believe that some people are more cut for it, but some people can also be conditioned and trained. Some people have it. If you look at footballers, some people, if you see the way they play, you know that this one is natural. But some people, you see that one is computer made, but it's still scoring. There are some players you can see Abedi Pele is very skilled, it's natural. But there are other players you see that this one is not natural, especially the English players. It's not natural. This one is media made. Rooney and those guys, they're not naturally gifted. They were hyped.
Yes.
So I think that when in countries where there are a lot of jobs, yes, you have that option. But listen, if you live in your village, you have no job and you're waiting, you can start a cocoa farm. You can start a cassava farm. That's a bunch of farm. That's an entrepreneur right there. If you take the picture and put it on Facebook, somebody will look for you. The next time you see it, you're a major supplier of cassava. You're an entrepreneur. So I think a lot of the times it can be conditional, and anyway, some people can be intentional, and some people just from nowhere they become entrepreneurs. And so that's what I think.
So confidence is also key. If you have confidence in yourself, you believe in yourself, it will work. And most people don't believe in our system. So
But that's the issue. If
yes.
you want to be an entrepreneur here, you must believe in yourself. You must also believe in a country and the system. No matter how chaotic, you must have confidence that you have a role to play to make it better. If you are here complaining, and every day, then the system will kill you. You really must know that this is what I've been planted, and I'm very confident that I will make a contribution here. That one will save you. It actually grounds you. So for me, if somebody is talking so badly about Ghana, I'm saying, no, it's the best place to live, you know?
That is another problem. We don't believe in our system.
No, I believe in our system, and I believe in myself. I believe in our people as well. We have, no matter how many times they screw me, I'm still going to pick somebody to work with anyway. You know, these things will keep your heart at rest. Because if you're always worried and talking about all the money that those guys are chopping, you kill yourself.
Well, that is the yardstick. People use it as a yardstick. That's they want to.
No, be very happy. Enjoy. Ghana is one of the best places. As a matter of Africa is one of the best places to live in this world. There's nowhere. There's nowhere like here. Nowhere.
Yeah, you know? I believe in my country. I believe in Ghana. I believe it will work. It is working.
It's working. Yes, that one makes you. You are not looking for visa because you are no more frustrated to be here. If they fight you, you fight them. If the people come, they talk, you talk, but they can't kill you. You know, you go to anywhere, you can do anything.
Yes,
somebody,
you
know, the funniest thing in Ghana, when some of these agencies are fighting, somebody from somewhere will come, hey, then they will greet you. Say, no, come, sit here. Don't mind those guys. I will deal with them. They will show you the way. That is Ghana.
They believe in themselves, so whenever they come, they are confident. So whenever they come, they just do what they think they can do, and then they are off. They take advantage of the fact that we lack confidence in ourselves. So we are always finding issues with another countryman. So once they see that, they take advantage of that, and then they capitalize on it. Yes.
Yeah. But it's fantastic. Policeman stops you. There are 5. One is trying to make noise. You see that the other one at the back would call him, you come, let's talk. So this is a country. Beautiful country. You know, the moment you close your mind like that, you will start to see all the opportunities.
Yes.
The beauty. You will see all the opportunities. That's how your mind opens. That's how your eyes open. Then you start to see, this is here. You start to enjoy the country. And if you don't settle that, you will never see opportunities. Yeah. You know.
I met this French lady during the lockdown, and then she said there are a lot of opportunities in Ghana.
Yeah.
She can't wait for the lockdown to be over to start something.
But do you know that there's also a young man here who's looking for Canadian visa to go? Ghana is crazy. He doesn't want to be here at all.
Yes.
And that will never see opportunities here. Yes. I know a young boy who works, he cuts. Out of that, he said he's been able to buy, he's doing a big farm in his village. And he's a baba. He said, me, oh yeah, they mean that. Young boy, our friend.
Wow.
See?
That is encouraging.
A lot of English, but the money that he gets every month, he started the big farm in his village. The mother called him to say that let's buy land and build. He said, Mama, I want to buy this land and do cocoa farm. And when the cocoa becomes big, we can build from that cocoa. Young boy is a baba. And he gives a lot of advice to his friends who work in the banks. One of them wanted to buy a car. I said, but what is wrong with you? You don't have money, you want to buy a car. Take the throttle, let's go and start something. When we get a lot of money, then you buy the car. You see the interest?
It is the condition. They think maybe if you are working in a bank, so you have to live this kind of lifestyle,
So
and
you
maybe
that
your
the
salary is,
Baba will have a lot of money eventually than the guy working in the
yes,
bank.
yes, yes,
Because he has common sense, it's clear. So Francis said that business plan is always good. Yes, business plan is always good. Yes, but that is for the big boys like you. If I have nothing, I will sell cocoa. I will take the T-shirt for and start to make money. Then I will think about business plan. Because you
yes,
are the big boy. If you want to put 1 million, 2 million, 10 million in a project, of course you need a business plan. But if you have
yes,
zero, what do you do for? You just test the
yes,
idea. Because zero anyway. And that's why the people who are selling your T-shirt, you see easily they can raise capital from there. Easily. Before you see them, they have a business. So Kofi, thank you very much. Thank you for
it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, Kofi. Thank you. So we talk again.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.